The Nigerian Civil War, also known as the Biafran War, was a devastating conflict between the Nigerian government and the secessionist state of Biafra, which lasted from July 1967 to January 1970. The war resulted in the deaths of millions of people, primarily due to famine and war atrocities. In this documentary, we will explore the origins of the war, its impact on the Nigerian people, and its lasting legacy. Origins of the conflict. Overview of Nigeria's history, from its colonization by the British Empire to its independence in 1960. Explanation of Nigeria's ethnic diversity, with maps and images of the major ethnic groups, the Hausa and Fulani in the north, the Yoruba in the west, and the Igbo in the east. The pre-war tensions and crises, including the 1966 coup and counter-coup, the massacre of Igbos in the north, and the rise of military leaders like General Yakubu Gowon. Interview with historians and witnesses discussing the atmosphere leading up to the war. The Declaration of Biafra. The story of the Eastern region's secession and the formation of the Republic of Biafra, led by Colonel Ajimegwu Ojukwu. Footage of Ojukwu's speeches and archival photos of the early days of Biafra. Interview with former Biafran soldiers and civilians recalling the hope and determination of the secessionist movement. The war unfolds. A detailed account of the major battles and events of the Nigerian Civil War, including the Nigerian government's blockade of Biafra and the Biafran counteroffensives. Maps and animations to illustrate the strategic movements of both sides. Commentary from military historians on the tactics and strategies employed by both the Nigerian army and the Biafran forces. The human cost of war. The tragic consequences of the war, focusing on the famine that swept through Biafra as a result of the Nigerian blockade. Images and footage of starving Biafran children, which shocked the world and led to international calls for humanitarian aid. Interviews with survivors recounting their experiences of the famine and the suffering endured by the civilian population. The end of the conflict and its legacy. The eventual collapse of the Biafran resistance and the reintegration of the region into Nigeria. The aftermath of the war, including the no victor, no vanquished policy and efforts to rebuild Nigeria. Discussion of the lasting impact of the war on Nigeria's politics, society, and national identity.